Hi everybody, my name is George and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking to you more like renting about why people rush into the big companies such as, your good old friend Curry's here, is actually a bad idea when it comes to buying a laptop. Now what people mostly think is, yeah, I need a new laptop, oh my god, let's go to Curry's, they've got everything on show, it's really great. Today I'm going to show you that it's not. This could be a little bit long, could be a long video, but stick around because the numbers do not lie. I will show you the numbers at the end, and I will tell you why their monthly plan or 2 or 3 year plan is actually not a good idea. And I'm going to show you alternatives to software, to computers, and I'll show you what to actually look for. And if you doubt it, then I'm going to be putting some links down below. Check them out yourselves and you'll be able to come to your own conclusions. Okay, so let's start by going onto Curry's page like we already are. I've already signed into all the websites that I need to go onto. Now people normally, and it's normal, people will go for the cheapest option. I have seen so many of my customers coming to me saying, oh, I've run out of memory, I can't fit anything on my computer, can you please upgrade it? I've had lots and lots of customers coming to me with this sort of problems, and the solution is you can't. You simply can't, because most of these new laptops that come out now, they have what's called eMMC memory, which is what is used for small devices such as mobile phones and tablets and things like that. In reality, it's not a bad idea. Okay, it's just not a good idea for laptops. Okay, not for this sort of thing, and I'm going to explain a little bit more in details about this. So first of all, we come to the first row of laptops in here, and you start looking at the prices and you're thinking, oh wow, this is really good. And then you start looking into a little bit more about details in here. Okay, so it's got Windows 10, it's got Intel processor, which Intel is always better than AMD. AMD guys, I'm sorry, but you are wrong if you think AMD is better. AMD is a good substitute, a cheaper substitute, but it's not better. But anyway, moving on. So you've got 4 gigs of RAM on this computer here, and storage 32 gigs. Here immediately I hit my arguing point, because these smaller laptops with small memory, they have I think it's about 2 to 3 gigabyte that the operating system actually needs. This is not the full operating system. On this operating system you can only use the Microsoft apps, nothing else. And I'm sorry Microsoft, but you're way behind on the app side of things. And it's not a really good option, because there's not really that many free things that you can have, like you would have on a Google phone, for example. The apps for that is almost endless, and so is on iPhones as well. But for this you would be a little bit stuck to what's available, okay, and sometimes the prices don't really seem to add up. Going down a little bit further into the details in here, let's see, go on to specifications. So it's got an Intel dual core processor, 4 MB cache, DDR RAM. I believe this could be incorporated onto the motherboard. If it is, if the RAM goes, you're kind of stuck with a broken laptop basically. Screen size 11.6 inch. Okay, it's not really that good. 11 is it's very small. It's just slightly larger than a tablet, and some tablets even have bigger than that. Very little camera. I mean 0.3 megapixels. Wow, that is really nothing. Uh, if you like a keen photographer and if you have your new iPhone 11 Pro, you'll be taking a lot of photos, but the quality of those photos is going to be massive. You're going to plug that phone into your computer with one of these, you're going to fill out your memory straight away. Don't do it. Don't buy it. You will be stuck with something that you paid 150 quid for, probably even more. Some people will even go as far as like adding software bundles, which I'll explain a little bit more later on about that. And you're going to be stuck with it eventually. Okay, so this is the 32 gigs eMMC, and that stands for Embedded Multimedia Card. Yeah, like I said, it is just used for smaller devices such as phones and tablets. If you want, I will also leave the description for this website in here. It's Quora. It's like a forum about you just post your question and people just answer it. It's really good. There is a couple of guys in here that are almost spot on, like Gabriel Hidesi and Frank Wu. Basically explains to you the difference between the normal hard drives and the eMMCs and the SSDs. The SSD is it's a better option, a better hard drive, let's say. Let me just mute this. There you go. SSD is a much better option as an operating system. Again, not as storage. Okay, solid state drives are good for operating systems to install the main operating system onto it, and to maybe do updates onto it and whatever. You know, running things from the SSD works absolutely fine. Again, storage capability. If you're going to go for high storage like 500 gigs or even more, I believe now there is either 650 or 750 gigabytes, maybe even more. I haven't checked lately, but the price is huge. It's major expensive. If you're like me, you like the initial speed of the computer booting open, like being on ready for within a few seconds, then go for an SSD as a main system operating system drive, and then maybe add an extra external even if you want, or if you have space on inside of the laptop to add a mechanical SATA drive, then go for something like that. I'll show you some options a bit later on as well. Yeah, so basically I'm going to put the links for every single website that I'm going to put in here except for one. I will explain a little bit more about that later. Right, so basically, so we've seen the basic laptop. Okay, so that's £149. Now we're going for what I would say a mid-range laptop in here. Okay, so this has got an AMD 6 laptop processor in there. Let's go for specifications in here. Okay, so it's a dual core 2.3 gigahertz, should I say, 4 gig DDR. This one seems to be normal. It does have a 1 terabyte HDD, 5,400 RPMs. Okay, there are some that have 7,500, or you can upgrade it. It'll be reading speed will be a little bit better. Not really that much difference, to be quite honest. I think the 5,400 is just a cheaper option to put on the laptops coming out from factory, basically. You do have a lot more options with this one. Let's see, screen size. Where's the screen? It's a 15.6 screen, so it's much better than the previous one. Okay. Now. Okay, so this comes with Windows 10, I believe is 64-bit as well. Yes, it is 64-bit. This seems to be a slightly better option, you know, and people would be enticed. Oh yeah, okay, go for that one. I have a little bit more speed, or a little bit more storage. I can put my my photos onto it and whatever, you know. And the guys in the store, they are really trained well. I'm not dissing the people that work in Currys by no means whatsoever. They are really decent people. They're really knowledgeable at their work, and the guys that know how they place the warehouse where it actually your laptop is repaired, they are really good technicians. Okay, they work really hard in that warehouse to try their best to actually give you a good solution, basically. Now, my rant is on how they're actually doing that. Okay, and I'll explain a little bit more about that. So you would think, yeah, this one looks good. Okay, but so I'm going to leave this in here for last. So anyway, so let's say for example people are really on a budget and they can't afford much. Okay, so at the moment they have, you know, maybe £200, let's say, to pay for a laptop. So they're going to go for this one. Okay, so I already pre-added it to the cart, and there you go, £149. Brilliant, you know. Let's go. We're actually saving £20 because it's supposed to be £169, which in my opinion is nowhere near worth that. I wouldn't even pay £100 for this. I won't give this to my daughter as a present ever. And now we're gonna see what they actually offer you. Okay, so say for example, like we're gonna add, I don't know, let's say the $2.99 a month plan. Okay, yeah, it's cheap. You're not gonna notice a big, you know, dent in your bank. Yeah, so we'll add that. It's not adding. Let me just refresh this. Why is my basket empty? Okay. Add the basket. Continue the basket. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the monthly plans. Let's see. I should be able to add this now. There we go. Okay. So now your laptop has come up to, you know, £151.99. Now, here, if you click on the information, it tells you, unlimited, fast, hassle-free repairs. We'll fix it in 7 days. Bear that in mind, 7 days from taking this laptop for repair or replace with new. Keep that in mind as well. I'll tell a little bit more about this, and I know a lot about this subject. 24/7 technical help, yes, brilliant. There's no disputing that. Laptop health check each year. Okay, so let's start with the laptop health check. For you to actually have this health check, you will have to like physically go to a computer shop, and maybe even send it to the warehouse. Okay, so you will have to physically go to a Currys shop or send it to the warehouse, which in this case it'll take 7 days, 7 working days, I believe. I don't think the warehouse actually does 7 day a week repairs. I can't quite remember, to be quite honest on that. But even so, 7 working days. Okay, that is a long time to wait for a laptop just for a quick checkup, right? Now, unlimited, fast, hassle-free repairs. They're not fast and they're not hassle-free. Okay, the reason why they do you such a cheap little plan every month that you can pay and you can accidentally drop it or get spillage on it and they'll fix it for you. Okay, the reason why they do this is because they are using second-hand parts. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because why would they trade in a really old laptop, okay, that is probably broken to pieces, that they can only take maybe 2 or 3 parts from it, and then trade it in and probably give you, like, I don't know, 10-15 pounds for it. You'll not get more than that for an old laptop. If you do, I'd find that really odd. And they're going to take the parts from those laptops and they're going to put them into a warehouse, into a little storage area. They'll have people check them out, by all means, they will check it. Now, for example, I'm going to give you a really good example. I know the NVIDIA chipset has a lot of issues with overheating, and sometimes maybe like 2 to 3 years onto the laptop, anything with the NVIDIA chipset might actually conk out. Okay, I'm not saying that it will. It depends on what you buy and how it's been built. Okay, I'm not dissing NVIDIA by any means whatsoever. Okay, NVIDIA is a good product. I have NVIDIA graphics card on my computer and I absolutely love it. But they can give you problems. So let's say that there is a motherboard that has an NVIDIA chipset on there, and you encounter one of these problems. The best way to resolve it is to actually replace the motherboard. But bear that in mind when they actually replace it with second-hand parts. So what they're doing is replacing the same motherboard like for like. So who's to say the second motherboard is not going to have the same issue? So you might have that computer for another 2 or 3 months and then have to send it back again. Not a really good thing, is it? Especially if you were one of these people that likes to work from home or has a slight business going on the side, and you need your computer to actually work on it. You can't be affording to send it back constantly, okay? Now, so in the end, you're going to have your laptop coming back to the warehouse lots and lots of times. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've done it. It's not a good thing. And you have to wait until it's done. Now, another thing is, it's not actually forced to last the 7 days. If they don't have that part in stock, they have to order it in. That means more waiting time. So you might not have it within the 7 days. You might have it within 14 days. There's no way of knowing, depending on how that part is actually available or where from. It could come from Europe, somewhere in Europe, and it might take a little bit of time to come. You never know. Okay, so that's not a good option. Now, you go for the 2-year plan. The difference is not much, and you say, okay, let's add the $59.99 a month. Okay, and you just paid that. Oh, sorry, $59.99 for the 3-year plan. I don't think this is for every month. There's nothing to state in here, so you would have to actually get some clarification that from Currys themselves. But now your laptop is slightly over budget to what you wanted, over the £200 limit that you had. But you think, yeah, this is a good deal. Again, not necessarily. Okay, 3-year plan, $59.99. So that's call it £60. Okay. If you're like me and you look after your stuff, your laptops between the 3 to 5 year period are not going to give you any issues whatsoever, other than software, which you yourself can repair it. Just Google some solution and try and fix it yourself. If you can't do it, then you probably could reset it. Windows 10 has a really good resetting system, where if you actually create a USB recovery drive, then it's really easy to actually recover the PC to original settings, and your software issues will be gone, basically. So you think, yeah, why not? £208.99, a little bit more, but I'll pay for that. But in 3 years' time, you could be paying 60 quid for nothing, because you might not have any repairs. Okay, so then I'm gonna show you a slightly different option, and slightly better actually. If you have house insurance, which most people do these days, your laptops and your electronics are covered for even accidental damage. Okay, 90% of insurance companies out there will repair your electronic goods. Okay, downside is you will have to pay some money up front. Okay, now this is where you've got to be clever. Okay, see, I would rather pay less money up front for the repair to be done than to actually have a lower monthly fee and then a higher amount to pay up front. Okay, so it doesn't really compute that. Okay, so you've got to think about it. So if you would be spending £60 to have that done with them and get second-hand parts, bear that in mind, why not put it through to your home insurance, pay that £50 or £60 even up front, and get brand new parts, warranted for full 12 months. Okay, maybe more. Most manufacturers now are doing 2, 3 and 5 year plans depending on what the part you buy. Most motherboards come with 3 years, most graphics cards comes with 2, 3 years. Hard drives, most of them are 12 months. Maybe some still have 2 years, 3 years warranty, maybe, I don't know. It's been a while since I actually looked into that, to be honest, but it was a few months ago, it was that way. So use your insurance, pay for that stuff up front, yeah, but you get brand new stuff. Okay, chances are, if the repair is more than what the laptop is worth, they're going to give you a brand new laptop. Okay, and you will get the equivalent or better, whatever is available in the market, but it will be brand new. Now the downside to this is you will have to get a company to diagnose it and write you a letter to say, you know, okay, this is what the fault is with the computer, this is how much it's going to cost, and maybe even this is how much I would evaluate the laptop at. That would have to be an independent company. Some insurance companies will ask you to send a laptop to them and they'll do their own valuation. Okay, that's fine. They will then get it fixed or even just replace it for you. Now, okay, so there are certain things which you can look for during the insurance quotes, and you talk to staff and you make sure you ask them, if I do have a repair and if it does not warrant the computer to be repaired due to, like, you know, value of the laptop, if the repair costs too much, then do I still get to keep the laptop or do you have to have it? Okay, now this is a good point, because if most companies will want it to come to them and then they'll maybe dispose of the parts or even sell whatever they can, salvage some money back. But some of them don't actually care what you do with it. So if you get to keep it, you know, that's an extra. So you can either keep those spare parts for when your new laptop breaks, or you can even have it repaired and sold, you know, sell it for second hand, and you might get some money back as well, you know, so you never know. One thing to always look at. Now, another thing here is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. Let's go back to the laptops in here. There you go, remove. Okay, so we'll empty the basket. So the basket is now empty. So we'll go in here and we'll go add that to the basket. Now this is something very clever that they do, and it shows you in here that most people will buy this. Okay, other customers also bought this because why? Microsoft Office. No computer now these days comes with Microsoft Office, not the full version anyway. You'll get 30 to 60 days maybe at a push, and then you are forced to buy it if you want to carry on with the software. Well, let's go in here. For you to buy this, it costs $79.99. Okay, so let's go to your basket here. Let me remove that. Go back onto here. We'll add that. So let's say that you do need a Microsoft Office. Okay, need. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a second. So we'll add that to basket. You know, all good. It's going to total it all up, £28. But then don't forget that you will also get the 3-year plan. No, I don't want to talk to you. Sorry. So now your laptop is coming to £288.98. Okay, free delivery. Woohoo! Fine. Now, Office. Unless you're actually going to work with Office, you actually have a business and you need Office. Office is a luxury. Okay, you don't need Office to be able to work with it. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, but I'm used to how Office looks and whatever. Forget that. Okay, I'm going to show you an alternative for that. The alternative is called Ninite.com. These guys have done a really great job. in providing you with all the best of what you can get for free. Okay, there's a lot of good software in here. Straight away from here you can download Chrome, WinRAR, 7-zip, pzip, which is zipping tools, Skype, Discord, Thunderbird. There's all sorts of stuff, online storage as well. Media VLC is very, very good. It's one of the best media players ever. It plays just about anything that you want. There's other stuff like Image Burn, some CD burner. Not a lot of people use it these days, to be honest. Everything is done via downloads, but it's still there. It's free options. There's imaging to work with photos and stuff like that. There's GIMP is actually quite good piece of software. Now here we come to documents, right? And this is where the Office option might actually go out of the window for you here. I think is it LibreOffice. Okay, that is almost like for like to what Office actually is. Okay, whatever options you'll find on Office, you'll probably find it on this one, and it's totally free. Okay, it's free. So you just go in here, you click on it, and you download it. Okay, I'm going to show you. You click on that, you get your Ninite, and you just save the document, and then you can run the application as an exec. Okay, and then that'll just install the software that you wanted. Okay, now these guys have done a really good job, and the Ninite Pro is really worth it. Okay, especially if you own a computer business or any sort of business that you have to install or deploy software. This is brilliant. Okay, it's a nice, quick, easy way to do it, and it automatically detects the software updates and it does it all for you automatically. You don't have to lift a finger. So do support them. They are worth it. And yeah, so download that Office version and try it. Okay, spend a little bit of time looking where the things are. Now, the one thing I'll tell you is you'll not find everything in exactly the same place, but it could be in a different section of the actual Office. On the toolbars on top, it might just look a little bit different. Okay, they can't exactly copy everything because there need to be copyright issues, and Microsoft would sue them for an awful lot of money, and they would just go bust and not be able to offer you that free option anymore. So give it a go, try it. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it. Work with it for a few days. If you don't, then go back and buy the Office. It's going to be better for you if you don't get on with it. You also get some free security essentials in here. The one thing I don't really like, but it is not bad, is Malwarebytes. Okay, now don't fall for it in terms of buying the software, because the software, the free version, actually does quite a good job. Okay, so don't be fooled in thinking that the Malwarebytes is a good option to buy. It's not. Sometimes actually on the full paid version it does more damage to computers than what it's actually worth. So keep that in mind as well. Best of it as well is you've got like developer tools. If you like a developer and you into like creating your own softwares or codes or whatever, you've got a few things in there, Python and everything. It's brilliant. Basically, give it a go. Right, so let's see. So yeah, so adding the Office bundle, you might want to rethink that, because it's £78.99 or £79.99 that you could do without paying, when you can get it for free, like I showed you. Okay, so your laptop now is costing you £288.98. Now I'm going to show you another thing in here. Okay, no, I don't want to take a survey, darling, go away. This is what I could actually get you, me. So this laptop will cost you £312.25. Okay, bear in mind there is I believe is £5 delivery on this, so £5 delivery plus my margin of profit. I'm going to show you exactly how much I'm making. It's not an awful lot, despite what people might think. Here you get an i3 Intel processor, 720U. Okay, this is dual core 2.3 gigahertz. This is a lot faster than the other one, trust me. It comes with a 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive for storage, plus, here's the cruncher, it has a 128 SSD. Okay, so if you're like me and you like to have a computer that comes on real fast within seconds, everything is ready for you, go for this option. Okay, it's got an SSD where you can put all your stuff in and install all your files onto the storage drive. Okay, you're going to be much better off with that, and this comes with both of them together. Okay, now I understand it's going well over the £200 limit, but think about it, if you now have £200, just wait a couple of more months and then save up. Okay, that same laptop might actually be cheaper a bit later on in its shelf life, let's say. It's got a 15.6 inch screen, and let me see, it comes with Bluetooth as well. 10 to 100 megabits, which is more than enough for LAN transfers. A good Wi-Fi system. Let's see. It does come with Windows 10 Home. Okay, I'm not exactly sure if this is the 64-bit version or not. I would have to find out from my suppliers. But it comes with a memory card reader as well, webcam integrated. The webcam, I guarantee you, will be much better than the first option that you would see on in the Currys. Okay, SC warranty, 1 year's manufacturing, and you've got telephone numbers and everything, gives you all that. There's no data sheet for this laptop, but it's got everything, and I think this one has DDR4. The other two had DDR3, was it? No, yeah, it just says 4 gigs DDR. It doesn't actually say which one it is. Let me check the other one. That's DDR3, so again, faster memory on my option. So yeah, I mean, come on, you draw your conclusions here. Now I'm going to show you my margin of profit here. So you would have £325, sorry, £312.25 pence, plus £5 delivery, plus 10%. Okay, now I only have 10%. I don't make an awful lot of money on selling products, but I've got to make something. Okay, so this laptop would cost you a total of £348.97. Okay, that would be including delivery, next day delivery as well, I believe. So yeah, you could get this like extremely quick. Now the downside is obviously you would have to set up your office and whatever, you know, through the Ninite website that I showed you earlier. Description is going to be down below. But it's a little bit of time that you're just going to spend. You would have to uninstall the current version of Office that you've got in there and install the new one after. Okay, or reboot the computer after an uninstall, and make sure it clears all cache. So, oh my god, yeah, I mean, come on, you could wait another month or two and you could get a machine that is like 10 times better than what Currys is actually offering for not that much of a difference. Okay, so I mean, yeah, let's say in here you would pay like £288, so that's like almost £300. But my option is like just over £300 in there, and it's just like so much better. And this is just for the cheaper version. Okay, this is for the cheaper version of the actual product. If you were to add this one to basket, I'm good to the basket now, refresh. So that's £299 in there straight away. So we will add, oh, okay. So this has changed. You see, the 3-year plan now is £129.99, and I didn't know this. This is actually a surprise for me. So yeah, we'll oh, hang on, that could be because there's 2 in there, so we'll remove that. Did that change? Let's have a look. We'll refresh it. No, it hasn't. Okay, so the more expensive the laptop, the more you're going to pay for it. And I'm sorry, but £129.99 is not worth it. Not worth it at all. And another thing is that I know for sure, because I've been there, I've done that, and I argued that I wanted a new computer back. Okay, and the terms for you to actually have the computer back are huge. They will go through heaven and earth, they'll move heaven and earth not to give you that free laptop. Okay, bear that in mind as well. So in here, automatically you are paying £378.99. Don't forget that's including office. Okay, so that already is more expensive than my option. Okay, now even if you remove the Microsoft Office, okay, that's still £300. Okay, for an extra £45, I'm giving you such a much better offer. It's unbelievable. Okay, see your numbers for yourself. I am not lying. This is directly from my supplier. Now I will be covering the name of the supplier, the phone number and everything. Okay, you don't need to know who my supplier is. You just need to know the prices that I supply stuff at. Okay, and this is it. It's much better options. Right, let me see if I okay, I'm going through my list because I actually made a little list in here of things to talk about, and I think I pretty much have said everything. You guys can check out the links below, and leave me comments. You know, if you want some advice on anything, I will give you free advice. I will post a video for that advice as well, if I can, provided there's not too many people asking for advice. So yeah, leave your comments and please let me know what you think. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will try and give you as much as I can in terms of advice, and see you guys soon.